Okay, so the other idea was to be able to export this. So we go in the overview, we have all these objects here, and we press Control C, and what we want to do then is load this empty map and just kind of paste this in. Right. Shit be crashing. I guess if you get that, then do it in parts and trying to do it all at the same time maybe. Maybe that's the trick. Just not a big fan on. Let's just take. There's a lot for it to deal with maybe. So go with that, and we go to this export map and make a folder, paste it in. Back to the overview map. Grab all these and paste all these in. That's coming in this server 2 folder. Okay, let's grab all these bolts. Back to export map. Yeah, there we go. So we're starting to build up what we had now in the scene. That's if you have a crash. Sometimes it must be my PC because my PC isn't the best. I need a new one basically. And there we go. So that's basically what we made in the scene, and we want to basically work out where 000 is. So to do this, we can just place anything really. I guess fair. So that's 000. Because when you export something or merge something, it basically takes this as where 0 is. So we want the middle maybe. Let's go to the front as well. Make sure it's on the ground. Yeah, that's good. And it's kind of in the middle. Perfect. So let's save this. Make sure you all your stuff saved. Let's just build it. Make sure that builds okay. Yeah, no map errors, which is good. And we want to make a folder just to create this in. So let's just go to folder, and we're going to call this server. I don't know, 03. We made a couple of different servers now. We got, that's server 1. Then we have server 2, which is another one we made. So it's quite dark on those. So we're making server 2, aren't we? Okay. Just take this around. Where's the angle for that again? There we go. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. There we go. So they're all using one of two materials. They're either using, you know, this one here, which is material instance info simple, basically BC, or a simple alpha. So if we start merging these together, I would say it's better to merge the types together. You know, we can try just doing the entire thing, to be honest. You know, nothing lost, nothing gained. And we go right click and merge. I'll convert access to static mesh. And then match on server. Let me call this SM decals S. So this is just a test. See if this works. What we would do basically is try and take the server copy, right? That one's quite dark. Let me just change. What am I doing? That one. There we go. It's got a nice metallic on it. So let's try this asset now we just merged together. Okay. It's not looking correct, is it? But you can see the mesh pieces here haven't merged properly. The splines and the decals. So let's try a different method. Let's grab one more again. And if we go to merge actors, that's going to try and merge everything. Then light map for decals. And okay, let's see how this does. So models, assets, server 2. Let's copy over what we did. That's a bit more promising. So you can see with this one, so it's at, say it's at 300, right? And we would do the same thing. Grab this, go 0, 0, 300. Not quite lined up. So it's taking the points to the bottom. But we can always change that. Let's see how we're doing regarding. Looks like some of it's worked. And I think some pieces have come across. Interesting. We might have a winner here. They're all correct. They're all correct. Okay. Just a bit of Z fighting here. Let's just see. So you might have to just adjust that one a bit. It's a little bit close. I don't know, I think that's a pretty good match. And if we have it selected, what we've got here is, yeah, we've got 3 elements on here, and that's basically the core ones. Yeah, that's perfect. So what you've got now is one complete mesh. If we build this now, this doesn't need a light map because the decals don't need shadows. So that's fine. It's just saying that basically is overlapping. It's in I never actually tried the. Yeah, try this again actually. Just make sure it's not like what's coming up with the error. Yeah, okay. So that's the mess we just made. We don't need it to have any light map, so we can set that to like basically stationary or movable. But I mean, you could mess around with it and say, you know, like I'm just curious to see if you can basically make a light map for it. So if we say auto generate, which we said not to originally because these decals don't need the large bacon because they don't have any maybe diffuse to them. Right, so build settings, general light map UV destination, source map, destination light map on, changes. UV is that's packed pretty fucking good. If you did need light maps on them, that'd basically be it. No, I mean, Unreal doesn't. It's another a bit of a silly bugger. Like, look at that. That light map's perfect. Yeah, we don't need a light map. So we'll just set these. Yeah, I don't know if you turn off of that. Or you just set it basically to stationary. Stationary does it. Yeah. And this thing you could do with having more light map. What's that at the moment? And I give that 128. Ooh, not that much. There we go. So yeah. I mean, if you wanted to merge them together, you could as well, but I keep them separate just so I can kind of turn that one on as lighting and the other one is not. Yeah, so the mesh on this one, you can see I was kind of painting a bit, so you can always kind of go back in, mesh painting on, look at the RGB channels, yeah. So if you want the whole thing to be scratched up, then you can use the paint bucket tool and that's just painted all of it now. You want to paint it back, so take off the mask, put fill, and there you go. You got like all your scratchy bits there. That's basically it. Also you got the floor, which is why you got that shadow there. So you go back to select, so he turns off the painting mode. And what I'd probably do is select that. I'll then select the decals, and then go up to this. Basically the finishing move. So let's just double check. Just make a copy of your stuff if you're not too sure if you are finished with that or not. Where's the lost the gizmo? How do I hide that? Yeah, I don't know. There we go. If the painting's still open, the gizmo disappears. So yeah, we're basically going to grab these two and just copy those. So basically what you would do, just to finish the job off, is you'd grab your decals that you've merged. You would then grab the mesh and you go to blueprints and convert selection to blueprint class, and it's basically asking you where do you want to put this. So you call it server number 3, models assets server 3, and we go create. And what it's done for you is combine now your new server into a blueprint class for you, so it's all together. And then now you can just drag this out, and you can have as many servers as you want. Hope that's helped you guys and showed you, the applications of it. And obviously if you wanted to export this out now to Blender, it'd be quite easy to do so as well. Because you've got basically your decals, and that's all in one mesh. So there's no splines there anymore. That's just like a complete asset. It's just sheets of mesh. Oh, I don't know why it does that. Maybe that's some wire brush. Yeah. So we go back into here. You can now got the so if you look at these decals. Look at that. I love this. It's just perfectly optimized mesh. And they're just literally flat mesh planes. And that's it. That's why it's so optimized. And now that asset is very cheap, but looks great. So you can really add as much detail as you wish. That's kind of the fun bit, Look at it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, if you unwrap your meshes, and there's basically a texture in here, and it uses the UV, the U1 channel, I believe. And if you look at this texture, it's very basic. So if you just when you unwrap your meshes, you just do a basic unwrap on this, and if you line edges up, in the UV map with these scratches, when you bring it into Unreal, it's going to give you like damage in the correct areas. So like here, like what I've done is I've just aligned that piece of mesh there, onto here, and it's going to give you the impression that it's chipped away on that surface. And then you can always come in afterwards, like say you got these all lined up and you're like, they look a bit similar. You can just add more decals to it. So, you can like come in here and like add like a model number or something, or I don't know, you can come in here and stick it that way if you want. It just starts breaking up the instances, It's all the flexibilities of this. So you're just gonna add a few different decals, and already you've got a difference then between your instances. So yeah, there you go. You guys have fun with it, and like I say, any questions, let me know. All right, thanks guys.